Hi, I'm Dr. Paula Nelson, the instructor for your course, and this is just a brief little video just to show you how to navigate through Blackboard for those of you who have never used Blackboard, or maybe it's been a while and you just need a refresher. When you click on your course, doesn't matter whether it's biology, English, math, whatever, this is what you should see over on the left-hand side. You should see this list of tabs. And then it'll open up to your welcome page. Now for me, this is where the first thing I have on there is information about the course. Personally for me, all of my students should have received an email the weekend before the first day of class with a lot of the same information, just basic information on how I run the class, what my expectations are, things such as that. And so this will be the welcome. That's going to be the first thing that you will see when you click on your course. Now you may need to scroll down for additional information such as tutoring. If it's an online class, there's information about Honor Lock. And so there may not be just this one information under welcome. Scroll down so you don't miss anything. Then there's the tab for the instructor. I don't have that on here. That will have contact information, as in my case, how to get in contact with me. For me, the best thing is by email, just because I teach a lot of classes. It has my phone, my email address, when my office hours are, expectations as far as from your standpoint. If you send me an email, that I have on there that I will respond Monday through Friday within 24 hours so that you know, hey, I sent her an email and I haven't gotten a response and it's been 2 days. Well, send another one because maybe it didn't go through. For me, check the spelling of my last name. That's often where people make a mistake. But that information is under your instructor tab. This shows what things are like under the syllabus and schedule. The full syllabus, which is known as Concourse, is if you click on this file, it will open a page. It has the entire syllabus, what our learning outcomes are. It will also have office hours, the meeting times for the class. It will have the grading rubric on there. It will have some of the maybe classroom policies, the expectations that we have. For me, for this particular class, right now, I do not accept late work, and so I have that listed in there. And at the end of that, it does, if you scroll all the way down at the bottom, it will have the schedule. It also has different information that could be of interest to you as a student, as far as what do you do if you need accommodations for potential learning disabilities, library, things like that. For this particular class, and I'm making this video to show to all my classes, so for this particular one, this is a hybrid class, so it's a lecture and a lab combined. And what I do is, as you can see here, I have these separate files, one for lecture, one for lab. If your course is just a lecture, it will obviously just have the lecture schedule, but it's an easy place where you can go to, instead of having to click on the syllabus and scroll all the way down to the bottom, this has just the schedule. And for me, I have it bi-weekly, by day. The exams are in there, homework or other assignments, it's clearly listed when they are due. So if you want to find it for the whole semester, this is where it's at. The next thing, and I have said this in my emails, it's in the welcome letters. And so once again, this is important because I'm hitting you with it like the third time. When you log on to the class, one of the things you need to do that I recommend you do, first thing, you've logged on, before you do anything else, check the announcements right here. Click on there, and this is what you will see. I put weekly announcements. They are up on Sunday by 6 o'clock at the latest. To be honest with you, usually I try to get them up the Friday before, so you can see over the weekend what's going to be necessary for the following week. I will post In this case, once again, where it's a lecture and lab combined, I do divide those two or separate them out. So my thought process is it makes it easier for you to see from this standpoint. Obviously, if say you're just taking a lecture, then it's just going to have the lecture information. But I will list the different information. Exams are usually going to be underlined in red. In yellow highlight, I will have due dates on there. The idea behind the weekly announcements is that this helps to keep you on track so you don't get behind, so you don't miss assignments or exams. And so make sure you check this frequently. That's why I say ideally check it every time you log on just to see if there's some new announcements. The newest announcements will be at the top. You can scroll down because I do not delete anything. You can see the previous announcements on there, but always check the announcements. Go there first. Now, the view that I see on Blackboard is a little different than students, so I have switched it to this is the way you probably see your course. So if you go to course content, which is in this middle section right here, this is where you will find all of the necessary assignments, like homeworks, worksheets. You will find the PowerPoints, all of that except for exams. So once again, where this is a hybrid class where it's the lecture and lab combined, a hybrid class, for those of you who are not familiar, it's partially online, partially in person. So if you click on course content, you'll see here's the lecture, there's the lab. If you just have, say, a lab course, obviously you're going to click on, it's just going to be lab. It may not even say lab, it may go straight to the next slide, which you'll see in a moment. If you're taking an online or a hybrid class where exams are taken using the HonorLock proctoring service, this is where you will find the HonorLock consent form that you must sign. So let's say you wanted to check to see for the lecture. So once again, this is going to be under the course content. You go to the lecture, and then here's Unit 1. So you click on Unit 1, and what are you going to find here? At the very top, you're going to have, this is some information that, yes, we're required to put in there. It tells you what we're going to be studying in this unit. Some of the expectations, reading the chapters, it'll tell you which chapters it's going to be. You've got the PowerPoints, homework assignment, discussion assignment, and then studying for your exam review. These are all just saying what these assignments are relating to which learning outcomes. You'll see there's PowerPoint videos, there's PowerPoints with no audio. I do for all my classes, regardless of whether it's face-to-face, hybrid, or online, I do have all of the materials present there. So my online classes obviously usually listen to the PowerPoints, which are videos of me in the background talking and discussing the subject material. Those who take me in person, they may want to see the PowerPoints with no audio. This is what I am showing in class, in a face-to-face class. However, if you miss a class, you're confused about something, you want to look at it ahead of time or after class, you can always review the videos if you want to hear me talking about it. So this is found, once again, course content, and you can see up here it'll say lecture, then Unit 1. So this is where you will find the PowerPoints, and if you scroll down, you may, depending on the material and the topic, they may have several other files with additional supplemental materials. Scroll down the bottom, here's the homework assignment, and then you see the exam review here is usually going to be at the bottom. If you were to click on the PowerPoints, then you see it's separated out by the chapters. So ideally, it's very easy for you to follow along. If you're listening to the videos, if you click on, say, this chapter 1, it's going to link directly to the video that I have on YouTube, and that video will start playing for you. If you're doing a homework assignment, this is what it looks like if you click on that, say homework number 1. You'll notice right here, I have both in a Word doc and a PDF, so you can take your pick which one. They're the same assignment, just pick which format you want. Over here on the right, you've got the due date listed. You have how many points it's worth. And so you're going to upload your file when you're done and submit it. Please, 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 please remember to hit this button down here on the bottom right which says submit. If you do not hit submit, I can't see it. And if I can't see it, I can't grade it, which means it's on my end, it's just going to say you're in progress and I can't open it to read it. And you're going to get an email from me saying, please hit submit. If you notice here on the left margin, so you've got the welcome, you've got instructor information, the syllabus, the announcements, which you check at least weekly, ideally every time you log in. Here's the course content where you will find all the information, the PowerPoints, the homework assignments, etc. Collaborate is an option of where you can meet virtually. And so sometimes, especially for online classes, if I need to meet with a student who wants to see me virtually, that's an option. Some of my classes, specifically online, definitely has discussion topics per unit. If you're fully face-to-face, you may not need to worry about this, but the discussion topics, that's where they will be found, is in the discussion board. Sometimes if you do group projects, this is where I have the group set up so you can communicate with your specific group members. Grades, that's where you're going to find your grades. Student resources. Under student resources, right here, there's a lot of information for you. I only show a portion of it here. But if you scroll down, this is where there's information about how to use the portal AC, how do you do online bookstore, the library, tutoring services, if you need accommodations. If you scroll all the way down, there's even things such as if during the semester you decide things for whatever reason are not working out and you decide you might be your best option is to drop the class, there's information there telling you how do you drop the class. So student resources has a lot of information in there. Just keep remembering you just have to scroll down for some of it. If it's an online class, this exam tab, that is where all of the exams will be located. You will only be able to see them during the window that I make them available. My exams are usually available for 3 days. So I may have all of them posted before the first day of class, but you're only going to see them in that 3-day window. Once I do post things, they are available for the rest of the semester as far as your content information. Let's try to see if it will let me scroll back. If it's not letting me scroll back, but just when you go to course content, you may notice that in my instructions today you are covering Unit 1 in the lecture. And then in parentheses, it'll say course content, dash, lecture, dash, unit 1, dash, PowerPoint, dash, chapter 1. It's like a flow chart telling you, okay, go to course content, click on this. Then when you see lecture, click on lecture. Then follow that. Unit 1's going to appear. Click on that. Follow PowerPoint. Click on that. Go to chapter 1, click on that. So it's like a flow chart just to follow through. So hopefully this just kind of helps you to get started on how to use Blackboard. And by all means, if you have any questions about the content of the class, you have questions about how to navigate through Blackboard, you can contact me. If it's a question about the technology, you're having issues, Blackboard, you can't log into it or something like that, then if it's the technology related, contact IT, which you can email IT Help Desk. They are also, if you're on campus, they are located in the administration building on the first floor. So hopefully this helps you. Thank you.